This is the Unshakable Mind. And today in the studio, I have my homie here with me, Jody V. It is going to be a fantastic session here with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. So, Jody V is an immigrant just like me, and same like so many of you out there are immigrant, and then we are struggling. It's not really easy making it out here in a foreign country whereby you don't know no one. You need an unshakable mindset in order to move forward. So, Jody V, how did you get here?
So I actually got really lucky that first and foremost I'm Salvadorian. Like I moved here from El Salvador.
Oh, Salvador.
Yeah, El Salvador, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I moved here, I was really lucky that my mom she was born here and then she moved to El Salvador in the same age as me. So I got here thanks to my mom. We visited a couple of times like her grandparents. And when we got here, we asked for the green card and everything like that. It was a tough process, in the sense like selling everything, saying goodbye to my life. I was in sixth grade when it happened, so I felt that I was barely starting to make friends. And then when I started to make friends, actually, I got left behind in sixth grade. And when I got left behind,
Yeah.
I was doing sixth grade twice, and I was friends with seventh graders and sixth graders.
Oh.
So I felt that I was kind of like in between grades,
Uh-huh.
but I was making friends with two people. So I was really happy and excited in that. And then my mom is like, "Hey, we're gonna move." So we sold everything and we moved here with my grandma. We lived with her for 10 years, and then we got our own place.
And did you move straight to California?
Yeah, we moved straight to California, straight to where we met,
Gilroy, right?
Gilroy, California. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Unlike me, Jody V, the way I moved here, it has been a lifelong something. It has been something that has always been in my mind. Maybe I might not tell you the details of how I've always been longing to be here, but as a kid, I was just 7 years old. I've always been aspiring to come here.
How old were you when you moved? Like you were
34.
34, yeah.
Yeah,
So you were already like grown. You were already like
mature.
man. Yeah, you were mature. I moved here and I was immature. I matured in this country. So something that I can tell people who are young is that don't forget where you're coming from. And when you move here and you grow up here, you will go through this process called when you I forget the word exactly, but it's like you adapt to the country, like you assimilate to the culture, you assimilate to everything. And me personally actually went through a change in my life because of it. So when I was really young, I started experimenting with drugs here, like weed. I started drinking. Like in high school, like how most American teens do that. But for me, it was different because it was like that was my whole identity. I was like I was a stoner kid. I was a stoner that. I was this, and that. And something that I can tell people that are immigrating and they're thinking about it. Um, Life it works funny because now I'm like I'm 3 months plus sober, and I actually forgot my sober date right now. Sorry, I'm blanking. But basically, something that I can tell you is that never forget where you come from, and always take each experience and make yourself a better version of yourself because of your experience.
And I like that. And you say you're already 3 months sober?
Yeah, more than that.
More than that.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah.
So how did you like fight it? How did you really fight it? Because I know it's very difficult to so many people that are already addicted. Like it's always very difficult for them to become sober. Like what were the challenges? How did you make that decision?
I made that decision several times. Several times I realized that I had a problem. But for me personally, it's really easy to dwell on the past and just go back to my own. Can we curse? Is that okay or no? Can I curse in here or no? It's up to you. Okay, for sure. Come on. It's just make it early because today podcast. Uh, it's really easy to go back on my own bullshit. And my old bullshit, it's not cool.
Yeah.
So by seeing my old bullshit, you go back to it because it's easy, you know it. But what made me give that decision is like really take my recovery serious. Like I go to Narcotics Anonymous. I have a sponsor. I do all the things that have worked so that other people,
Yeah, to that
and
to that place. You took me there one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a whole different mindset that they give you, like how to live life on life's terms and not run away from the pain by drugs. And the part of the reason why I was running to drugs is because that was my whole identity. I was like, I thought that being American was like being a pothead and like listening to rap music, and like I still listen to rap music, but I'm not hooked on something because I can't deal with life. And I think the moment that I realized that is the moment that the moment that not only I realized it, but I started acting on my sobriety was the moment that I gave myself the chance to build that unshakable mindset. Because you can be resilient and still be an addict, but true resilience comes from not depending on anything in order to be happy and in order to feel like you're okay and you can live life in life's terms. So I'm really proud of that, and I thought that I would mention it because that is part of my immigrant story. I really did made my pot use, and it's California, you know. It's like they call it here, like we got the 3 W's: women, weed, and weather.
Yeah.
So it's like, it really like I'm just 2 W's now: women and weather. I like going to the beach and I like staying with my girl. So no more weed, and it has made me a better individual and a better person. And I'm learning every day how to live without it and how to become strong without it, because I've used it as such a crutch my whole life.
And you really have to be very strong
Yeah.
in making those decisions, because at times, because you already have friends, you have to stick to it. You already have friends who are into it, and at times they can tempt you like to come back to it, right?
Yeah.
So if your decision is not really strong and unshakable, you might find yourself drifting again.
Yeah.
You might find yourself drifting.
And I mean, this is kind of messed up to say, but I like playing poker with my friends who still get high and drink, because I want to take all their money.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want another beer?
Yeah.
Let's go smoke, man. I'll smoke cigarettes with you and you can smoke your thing. So it's like, it's finding what works for you and being happy for yourself. And just always remember, it's all about you.
That's good. That's fantastic. So the next question I'll be asking you, Jody V, is like being an immigrant. Like you left all the way from
El Salvador.
Salvador to here. Like, have you noticed any change in your mindset, like compare with the natives here and the lifestyle here?
Yeah, most definitely. I think immigrants always have that chip on their shoulder that they want to prove themselves. That it's I'm the first generation here, so we have that mentality of like, it's like a make or break mentality.
Yeah.
We either make it or we don't make it. And going back to your country, whether it's because you get tired and have grandchildren that come to get us, or have children, or just have a retirement plan, both sides of the spectrum want that. So let's not forget, let's not focus on our differences. Let's cherish our differences and focus on what we have in common. And that's something that I think is a big challenge for an immigrant, because too many times the world will be like, oh, you have a green card. Oh, you're undocumented, especially in California or in other different places. And California is better.
Yeah.
But in different states, it's like, why are you different? And it's like, no, it's like, you should ask, how am I different?
How am I different?
How am I different? And
Yeah.
I tell you, and then you tell me, how are you different? And then we focus on what we have in common. Because unity is more important than division.
Certainly. Like I'm here with you now. I just came here. I meet you. You're a Christian. I'm Muslim.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk to as well.
And we're vibing together.
Yeah,
like
it's no
that,
problem.
that does not make us look at each other as different.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. If anything, I admire you for Ramadan. It's like I'm not the best Catholic. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I believe in God.
Yeah.
And I do have a higher power. But when it comes to like Lent, I eat meat on Lent on Fridays, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it offends any Catholics out there.
Yeah.
But I'm not the best Catholic. But that doesn't make it so that like I can't look at you celebrating Ramadan and I'm like, bro, that's crazy. You did not eat. From sunrise to sunset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun's out, I can't eat.
Yeah.
No drink. Allah's got my
Nothing.
back type of deal, and I respect that and I admire it also.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. It's a beautiful thing.
That's what matters, because we are just here like the world will not be a better place if we do not, have a sense of understanding and tolerance
Yes.
with one another's differences.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you are such a type of person that you don't have this level of tolerance on you, like you can just be a chaotic individual. You are not contributing in making a world a different place, a better place. Sorry to
That's
say.
right, yeah.
So why should I see you different? Because your perspective are different from mine.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah,
most definitely.
we should look at our common goal.
Yeah.
We look at our common goal as human being. Our common goal to humanity is making the world a better place for each and everybody to.
Each generation should have a better, set for success, or a better setting for success than the last one that came.
Yeah.
You know.
And Jody, we were talking about challenges, the challenges that you face.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, like coming from an African background and someone from Africa, the most challenge that I face is too much expectation from those in Africa.
Makes sense.
And I don't know if you have like the same challenge coming from Salvador, because our African people, they have a very stereotype mentality that if somebody is in US, they got the dollars.
Yeah. No, I
They
can
they got
understand it.
they got the money, and it's crazy that every person, like every single person you used to know back home, the moment they are writing you in WhatsApp 1 or 2 days, before you know, they are already billing you. They want you to send them money
Yeah.
because they have a stereotype mentality that if you are in US, you don't lack anything.
But everything is relative, which is the craziest part. It's
Is it
yeah.
true that
No,
you
same
are here?
here.
Is it all
No,
about the money? Like,
I personally never experienced that. but
yeah,
my mom and
yeah,
my
maybe your
dad
community is
have
different.
experienced that.
Maybe your community is
Well, no, it's the
No.
same. It's the same. It's the same in the sense like
Okay.
It's just that my friends, I moved.
Yeah,
I was a kid.
I understand why you didn't experience that, because you moved here as a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah,
That is it.
if I was
So
a grown,
you-
if I was
you
a
got-
grown man, they'd be like, "Hey, bro, like remember that?
For sure,
Remember
man.
that time that I spot you for pupusas? Pupusas? If you know, you know." And they'd be like, "Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You're eating burgers for $1 over there. So
Yeah.
send me $20
Oh,
or send me how
for
much."
sure, yeah.
So it's like, because I moved here as a kid, I don't
Yeah,
experience
no.
that, but I know
you
that
are
my
not,
parents do.
you are not going to have that experience.
Yeah, but I
It's
know my parents
understandable.
do.
Yeah.
I know my parents did for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of jealousy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, some of the members in her family,
Mm-hmm.
I know they don't say it,
Mm-hmm.
but they look at her in a different light because she is, and it's like, how can you be jealous of hard work? You can't. Don't be jealous of hard work. Just work hard.
Just
work hard for yourself.
Work hard for yourself. Why are you looking at? Why are you focusing on somebody's life? Like, if somebody is succeeding, like, you should look at it as some sort of motivation for you.
Exactly. As an
Some
example.
sort of encouragement, as an example.
Yep.
Yeah, you should not look at them as like, why are they there, or why are they making it better than me?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that type of a mentality is not going to help you in anything. It's not going to help you to grow in whatsoever.
I agree.
Yeah, which is so
100%
bad.
agree.
Yeah.
And another thing, I think, it's kind of something more lighthearted, more funny. The ladies, man. I think as an immigrant, especially when I first moved here, I was in middle school, okay? So I was like a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, pumped with hormones. So they loved my accent.
Okay.
For some reason, they were like, "Oh my God, you have an accent! Like, oh my God, this and that."
And you're a
the
good-looking
foreign
guy
kid."
too. You know
Thank
what I
you,
mean?
bro. Thanks. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I try, but
Yeah.
that's besides the point. I think when you are the different side of things, they look at you and they're like all about it sometimes. And sometimes you just want to adapt. Like in middle school, the girls would come at me and I'd be like, "I'm learning English. I just want to have friends."
Friends,
You know? So that was a big challenge for me in middle school that that like I look back and I'm like, I could have done this differently, but I'm glad it went the way that it went, because it taught me how to respect my differences, acknowledge my differences, and be proud of them, and navigate it with wisdom. because I think that being a Latin person, being an immigrant person,
Yeah.
makes you exotic. And I think human beings in general, like, there's a reason that exotic, like, animal skin is more expensive than, I don't know, sheep or like wool, you know, because those are rare, and rarity means value.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that you need to be aware of. Like, you may hit it off so good with the ladies that it's gonna pressure you and it's gonna make you feel a little uncomfortable, because all you want to do is adapt when you first get here as a kid.
For sure.
As a teenager, all you want to do is adapt. All you want to do is fit in. But you should be proud that you are different and acknowledge your differences.
That is it. Thank you very much, Jody, for being in this program. And the last question I will be asking you is like, what is that one advice that you are going to give somebody as an immigrant? You're already living as an immigrant. You have been facing the challenges and you have been overcoming. What is that one advice you are going to give any immigrant out there listening in order for them to develop an unshakable mindset?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of ways you can take it. And one of the main things that I would say is, I've lived here for 10 years. And every time that I see another immigrant, I always treat them a little different than most people. And in a positive way. I don't go, oh, you're different, right? No, that's complete opposite of what I'm saying. I look at them and then I it's almost like I give them a tour of the place. Like when we first met, I took you to places, like I took you to downtown.
Yeah.
I showed you around a little bit.
And that's one thing I love about you so much.
Thank you, bro.
You have that type of a warm energy, like that type of hospitality.
Thank you. That's Latin for you.
Yeah,
Latinos are like that.
the hospitality, like, is so live, is so beautiful. I love it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, because Americans are so crazy. They are so crazy and they're so
They're
busy.
so cold.
They are so cold.
Cold,
for
bro.
my
That
liking.
coldness sucks.
And you know me coming from an African background, like I grew up in a community-based life. Yeah, we
Like,
do
it
our
takes a
things.
whole village to raise a child.
For sure, we do our things together, and that's how it is. But the Americans, they are just so cold. They are there by themselves. They are just busy walking, thinking about their bills. But you were so hospitable. Like, even the first time you meet me, you just greeted me. I'm new boy. I'm sure you're the first person, like, since I came to US, like, to invite me over to your place to play some video games. And then I was like, wow.
That's my thing, man. I love video games.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Like, if you have this kind of a warm character, you can never, like, any way that you find yourself, you can never lack. You will always adapt so easily, and then you will find life to be so easy.
Yeah.
That's good. I appreciate that about you.
Of course, man.
Seriously, I do.
And, and that's something I pride myself in, because I try to be the person that I wish that I had. And I think more people should be that way. That I was going through this time in my life, and I was looking for somebody.
Yeah.
And when you are past that time in your life, you can give that to somebody else, and you can adjust to their needs. You should always look out for yourself first, because you can't pour. You always tell me this: you can't pour from an empty cup.
You can pour from an empty cup.
So, but
you can't pour from an empty cup, and that's going to remind me. Let me just chip in about the challenge that I face as an African.
Yes.
Is that there is too much expectation from those I left back home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about the family. I'm not talking about my immediate family. Some of them, at times, I explain to them, they understand. I'm talking about my friends.
Yes.
Friends whom I used to be with, whom I used to school with. Like, some of them have not even been talking to me, but immediately they hear that I'm in US. When they have my number, when we chat in WhatsApp 1 or 2 days, the next day, they're trying to give me a bill for me to solve their issues. Like, too much expectation. I don't blame them, because they have a stereotype mindset that when you are in US, everything is good.
Everything is fine.
My cup,
it's not.
Maybe there will be a time I would love to have everyone if I could.
Yeah.
Helping people is good.
Yeah.
But like you say, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Yep.
For sure.
I agree.
I think those that have wisdom will understand that. We don't need to talk detailedly about
Yeah,
that.
you don't.
Yeah.
We're hitting on things that are sayings, but you can apply that saying to any situation.
For sure.
And there's wisdom behind it. Like I think everything, not everything, but a lot of things that we're talking about.
Yeah, certainly.
So it's a beautiful thing. And but back to the one advice, because I love that we're going back and forth. But to say on the advice, like find like-minded people is the one thing that I would say. Another piece of advice is focus on your resilience. Resilience is key as an immigrant. The fact that I truly believe in God and in the Catholic faith, in the Christian faith, there's this saying like, God closes a door to open a window. So when you get the no, when you get fired from a place that you weren't a good fit, or you get fired, or you get a no on school or any type of rejection, do not let that stop you. Because as an immigrant, that's what makes you stronger. You are the first person here of your whole line that is going to create the wealth for your generations to come and to come. So when you understand that, what as corny as this is going to sound, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
What doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Yeah. When you have those things, you move forward and you keep it going. And you're almost like, you know what? I failed so many different times in so many different ways. But a failure is not a failure. It's just a different way of learning how to succeed. Because you're gonna strike diamonds eventually if you keep mining. And you just figure out the paths that don't work for you. And once you figure out the right path, you make it, and then you get the diamonds, and then you're able to pass that wisdom to other people.
Thank you so much, Jody V, for being my guest tonight at the Unshakable Mindset. We are here, seated here. I call it the Sanctum of Clarity.
That's right.
Yeah. And I do appreciate you for being part of the Unshakable Mindset today.
One last thing.
Okay, go ahead before I conclude.
Last things. Yeah, just because you taught me this recently.
Okay.
So it's like important. Last piece of advice.
And you want to let the viewers know what you have been grabbing from the Unshakable Mindset.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. As a friend,
That
yes.
makes sense.
So fear, being afraid of failure. Fear is a beautiful, horrible, miserous thing, because you're afraid of failure. You're afraid that if you try, you're gonna fail. Like I mentioned, be okay with failure, because it's just teaching you how not to succeed, and you will succeed after. But I want to say this, and this is gonna hopefully inspire you. Fear stands for F everything and run, or you can say F everything and rise. And rise up to the occasion. Let that fear, put that fear behind you, and let that be your back wheel drive so that it pushes you forward. Those are the three pieces of advice. Stick with like-minded people that are in the same position as you and want to help you. Don't be afraid of failure, and don't let the fear stop you.
Thank you so much, Jody. I appreciate so much for your time. And I'm going to end with this. There is the verse in the Quran, which Allah says that, I'm saying this generally for any immigrant that is facing difficulty, and then wherever you are, and then you are facing difficulty in whatsoever you are doing, the Lord who created everything says that after every hardship, no matter how the hardship will stay, after every hardship, there is always ease. So build a positive and unshakable mindset, and know that if you are an immigrant struggling, maybe you are still struggling with your papers, or maybe you are still struggling with your jobs, maybe you are still just struggling and then working only from paycheck to paycheck, settling bills. Have faith. Be resilient, like he said. You have to be resilient, and you have to know that this stage you are in is not going to last forever. It's going to change, and you have to be positive. Because if you are not positive here, if you don't see change here upstairs, there is no way that change is going to come.
It all starts here.
Yeah, it all starts here. Fix it here. Don't be frustrated, because Don't be thinking about the negativity. Don't be thinking about, the negative aspect of it. Don't look at it at the present moment, but just know that this is just a phase or a stage, and then what is ahead of you is greater than what you have already gone through. And stay blessed, and like I always say, remain unshakable.
That's right.